So, the fault is with me. Most times my group work does not go right because I am not prepared, because I have not thought about the possibilities. I have not thought about the various issues that may arise. If I am fully prepared, most problems are automatically resolved. Even before the problem has arisen, I have a solution for that. So, I foresee those problems with my infrastructure, with my subject, with my limitations. What is it that I can ideally do? That is a question that I have to ask myself every day, and if I have an answer to that, I go about this group activity or whatever. So, the answer is with me. Okay. Yeah.
And sir, we need not confine the students within the 4 walls of the class.
Exactly.
We can even take them outside and divide them.
That is what somebody said. You can take them to the auditorium, you can take them to some other classroom.
And that's a good solution for the infrastructure problem also.
Yes,
And
yes,
even
yes.
the classroom noise.
And
Yeah.
also the noise issue. Yes.
And even the noise, nagaRAJU, I think if the noise is productive, one need not worry so much unless the neighboring classes are disturbed. In that case, you can just close the doors and allow the students to interact freely within the class.
Yes, please. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Tell me.
Sir, I am calling from VKV Government Degree College, Kottapeta, sir.
Uh-huh.
My name is Dr. B.M. Reddy, Commerce Lecturer, sir. Really, I think where there is a will, there is a way.
Thank
That
you
is
very
a good
much.
concept, sir.
Thanks
Why?
a
Because,
lot. Yeah. Yes.
whatever techniques you told and also whatever problems you wrote on that board, I think if teacher is good, if teacher want to participate and also want to involve the students' mindset in the teaching, definitely student, I think faculty can think and also faculty can create interest in their mind, sir.
Thank you.
So for that, I would like to thank for you and also our commissioner and also your team, particularly you, sir. Why? Because you are taking much pain and also you are spending a lot of time. I think we are observing here last 1.5 hour. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I am very happy that you have made this point. Where there is a will, there is certainly a way. A way can always be found. It opens up itself. The opportunity comes on its own in case you are prepared to, accept it. So, we will, have our will, will make our determination, and then once the determination is made, it becomes very easy for us to go through. So, before we conclude, I just would like to tell me, in case we have to organize very good pair work, very good successful effective group work, what other care we have to take? What should we keep in mind? We have to give very good instructions. So, unless we give good instructions, the pair work does not happen well, the group work does not. The teacher, if necessary, even if we are language teachers, we have to rehearse, write down the instructions that we are going to give in the next class. Write down, practice, rehearse, try with one another, and then go and give those instructions, and then certainly the class is going to be successful. So, instructions, the quality of the questions that the teacher asks, the ability of the teacher to get it from the students. What do you call that? Eliciting. And lots of activities in the class, lots of games in the class will certainly make our classes very, very lively, interesting. So, if you have any other questions, maybe we will discuss for 1 or 2 minutes. Otherwise, we will close. If there are any other calls, we welcome them. Yeah. May we request the Commissioner to say a few words before we close. Over to the Commissioner.
So, I hope all of you must have listened to the lecture from here. I really recall the time which I spent during my student life in degree colleges, and apart from the time that I spent during my IFS training. So, I still remember that if some professor is teaching, I find the entire class is full, and even the students of other classes would like to join that class. And at certain point, I also find that there are hardly 30% students sitting in the classroom. Why has it happened that time? And I hope it is happening even now also. I remember I was in a training from IFS for weekdays training, and then we also underwent this communication skill and other type of trainings. I remember there was one like a teacher Pritam Singh, I still remember his name, and he was to give a lecture on leadership qualities, and it was just before lunch time. So, the lecture started around maybe 12 o'clock or so. It was for 1 hour, and we never knew when the entire lunch time was over. It was at 2 o'clock. Pritam Singh himself reminded that this is 2 o'clock, it is a lunch time, and none of the participants wanted to go for lunch. We vehemently requested Pritam Singh, you please continue for another 1 hour, and we will be there. And it was such an interesting topic, we never knew that 2 hours are over. He has involved us in such a way that everybody was totally involved in what he is saying. My dear teachers, you will have to change. We cannot say that the methodology that went there, was there, and the methodology that today we are talking about, it has no relevance. No. If you don't change, then you will be the loser. In the today's environment, you will have to change your way of teaching. You will have to use the teaching methodologies and teaching aids in such a way that they are student centric. They are our target group. I don't think we should get confused with so many terms that should I go for peer group, or should I go for group discussion, or should I go for this kind of methodology, that kind of methodology. It is the teacher who should decide, and that way he should also do lot of homework. It's not there that I just go enter into the classroom and start doing those kind of experiments. I don't think it is not. The teacher has to equally do his homework and go to the class. I am certainly convinced that these kind of teaching aids will definitely help the students, and the student after intermediate, when he joins degree colleges, they have lot of innovation. I still remember when I joined in my IFS, we have a foundation course, and then each of us was asked to go to the here to the dais and speak on any topic of your choice for 2 minutes. All of us miserably failed, all of us, and there was a video recording happening, and then showed us the clipping, and I am telling you, it was so shameful that we could not speak even 2 minutes on the topic of our own choice. So, this is where the communication skill really plays an important role. Before I conclude, I must thank from my bottom of the heart Mr. nagaRAJU for giving so much of time and his expertise in the subject. So, I hope all of you must have been benefited from this talk, and hope that he will continue and use these kind of teaching methodologies and make learning much more student centric and interesting. So, I once again thank all of you for participating in this panel discussion. Thanks one and all.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. I would like every one of you to become a Mr. Pritam Singh, who will be remembered 10 years later, 20 years later, 30 years later, and will be quoted. Every one of you must aim at becoming one. Thank you.